If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Okay guys, let's start. I hope my screen is visible to you guys. Okay, so yesterday we were discussing on the integration point. Okay, we have seen how the logical system is connecting, the assignment of the logical system, and then creating the RFC destination, and then having this RFC destination for the method call. Now I will directly take you to the system, okay, because in the continuation of what we discussed yesterday, I'm taking you to the feeder system legal R3 transaction, okay, feeder system legal R3, okay. I'm the feeder system. We have to go to the basic setting. We discussed these define logical system, assign logical system, destination for method call. Okay, there is one more configuration left, which is a distribution model. Okay, maintain ALE distribution model. So until unless we have this distribution model in place, the data will not transfer. Okay, data will not be transferred. Okay, so if you see, then let's go to the distribution model, and I created one distribution model, okay, for this training to transfer the data from the feeder system to GTS system. So let's have a look. For data transfer, we need this distribution model. The one which I created with the name GTS, I kept as a do not change. If you open the node of this distribution model, then you can see here, this is my feeder system, GTS 00800, and NSP CLNT 001 is my GTS system. Okay, 800 is our feeder system client, and 001 is our GTS system. Okay, so if I just click on the detail, okay, so it is created, and the moment we'll click on the creation of distribution model, so we can go to the change mode. Okay, and for a particular sender and the receiver combination, okay, we can create this distribution model. All right, we can create the multiple distribution model too. All right, but again, we should not have the same method or the same message type assigned to the distribution model. Okay, now this distribution model, if I open, you can see here, this is the 800 is a feeder system, and NSP 001 is a GTS system, in which I have assigned some message type. This message type, you know, these are used for the IDOC transfer. Okay, so in the GTS, you have to remember these words like cremas underscore SLL is for vendor. Cremas means creditor. Vendor is also called the creditor. Okay, and debtmaster, because customer is also referred as a debtor. Okay, in finance term, and metmaster is for material master. All right. So this corresponding message type we have to add here. How we are going to add? We just have to click this our system GTS system and click on this adding BAPI or adding message type. If you want to add a further message type, suppose I want to add one more message type for transferring the BOM. Okay, for transfer of BOM. So how I will be doing it? I just have to remember the name. It is BOM mat. Okay, BOM mat. We just click on F4. It will take you. This is the one. Okay, SAP SLL BOM mat. Okay, so every message is succeeded by underscore SLL. Okay, so this is you have to by heart. Tremass underscore SLL, Debmass SLL, Metmass SLL, and BombMet SLL. Okay. And one more BAPI. Okay. This is that you see here. Okay. Even if you put the cursor over this icon, you can see here it's a business object. And if you put here, it's a message type. Okay. Even on the icon, I'm just putting the cursor. You can see these are the message type. And if you are putting the cursor on this, like a setting icon, it's showing business object. This is a BAPI actually. We have added the BAPI. Okay. So in this BAPI, custom document IF. Okay. You can see here in this BAPI, the object name is custom document IF and the method name is synchronize IF R3. Okay. You can read the description for what purpose this is. This is to synchronize the custom document. So the transaction from ECC to the GTS will not flow if we do not add this method. And this is the standard method. We will not be using anything else. This is the standard method we'll be utilizing here. So this information we have to by heart while creating the distribution model. After creation of this distribution model is simple. We just have to, you can give any name to the distribution model, and then we assign a sender and the receiver system. Okay, even if you click on, if I take you to this created model, you can give any technical name, short name and the technical name. Once you click here, it will take you to the sender and the receiver. Sender I added 800, receiver 001. One by one, I added this message type, like I showed you how I added the BombMet SLL message. And same way, we have to add this BAPI. But this BAPI, the first section before the dot is the business object, and synchronize IF R3 is the method. Okay, method. So this method is to transfer the data from feeder system to GTS system, but we are talking about the transactional data. All right, transactional data. All right. So once we done with this configuration, okay, our technical setting is good enough to transfer the data. All right. So what I can do, I can try creating one material number and can test the connection. All right. I'm taking a reference from one of the material just to avoid keeping the data one by one each field. Okay. I'm in MM01 transaction and I'm creating one material master. Okay. And let's see if it is stuck in the queue or it will successfully get transferred. Okay, anything can happen because it's a completely dedicated system for the training, and the entire system connection and everything is configured by me. All right. So let's see. All right. So we have this and we can keep it as TCS training. Right. So it is all took the reference from the reference material and created the data, right? Okay. Now this material is created here. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to do the initial transfer of this material number, right? So if we display this material, this is my material which I just created. All right. With the subject line I have changed as a commercial description thesis training. Now copy this material and again let's go to legal R3 transaction. Okay, menu legal R3. Okay, menu legal R3 and to the initial transfer of the master data, in which we have to transfer the material master. Okay, transfer of the material master. Copy this material master number, right, and then execute. It will take you to the midway RFC in between because service provider is also doing some changes for the RFC connection. So it is taking my ID, giving the password here. Enter. I got the message that one material of one process successfully. Okay, fine. Now what I have to do, I have to go in my GTS system, client 001. Okay, and here the transaction is menu legal or area menu. Come to this master data here and display the product number. Copy the product number from the feeder system 66166 and execute. All right. Now, when you execute, you can see here, this is our product which we just now created with the description thesis training. Okay. Now, what is an important piece of information to note here is this. You can see here, this is the logistic system group. This is the logical, okay, or this is the logical system group. The group is GTS GRP001. Okay. Now this, you must be thinking that yesterday we talked only about the logical system. Okay, logical system for the feeder system, logical system for the GTS system, but we haven't spoken about logical system group. Okay, so let's talk about the logical system group now. Where you will find this field logical system group. This logical system group, okay, this is specifically for the master data. Okay, this term is specifically used for the master data. All right. Now, what is the meaning of this logical system group? And when I say the master data, does it mean it is this field logical system group is not appearing for the transactional data like sales order, delivery, purchase order, etc.? The answer is no. For the transactional data, sales order, purchase order, etc., in GTS, this field logical system group is not available. All right. This field is available only for the master data, and there is a purpose. Okay, there is a purpose why we have this field associated with the master data only in GTS. Okay, this logical system group is an attribute that you will find associated with the master data only in GTS, right? Okay, fine. So let's discuss about this logical system group. Okay, give me just 1 minute. I'm just stop sharing. Just opening one Excel sheet just to give you the idea about this logical system group and why we have this. Okay. Meanwhile, it is opening. Okay. So let's have a look at the other thing, what information that we have. So you can see here, this is created by my ID and the corresponding commercial description, thesis training. We can see here the classification. Okay. Classification corresponding legal regulation number. Okay. These numbers that we spoke, classification, HS code or the commodity code number, we'll see here. Legal control and the, okay. Okay, give me this one. Then the corresponding ECC and ICCN number. Currently, there is no active legal regulation, so it is the screen is on the left side coming blank. Okay. Special custom procedure text classification. Okay. All right. So.
Yash, Umesh here.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi,
So
Umesh.
in this, yeah, hi. So in this case, we have transferred the material from the feeder system to GTS, right? Successfully. So
Right.
can there be cases like, the material transfer fails and we can, there are any logs stored in the system? Do we have any
Yes.
such options?
Yes. So since it's a RSC connections, so we have to do the troubleshooting. Okay. How we have to do the troubleshooting. So the moment you transfer from here, okay, if there's no issue in the RFCs, okay, so as we know, first it will be going to the queues. Okay. So just referring the example that you're saying that we transfer from the ERP, it is not available there. So we have to go here in SMQ1 queue, okay, outbound queue from the feeder system to check if any transaction is stuck here. It will be just like this. If this transaction is stuck, it will be showing like this, stuck here, status waiting, or okay, or it is cancelled or error, red error. Okay. So this queue will be shown, and how you will going to search for your queue, you have to enter your corresponding material number here. Okay. So you have to take this product number, material number, and you have to search this queue. Okay. If you search this, you will find there is corresponding. You can see here, this key, this material number is also getting transferred to some other outbound also. So if you just double click on this, so you can see here, it is also getting transferred to some other outbound system too. Okay, with the destination DTG 800. But in our case, the destination is sapgtsonline.com. Okay, so this is not our destination, remote destination. This could be for APU. All right. So you can see it's like this. And so in short, you also have to know about the destination. If you're checking and you're finding the queue with your material number, that doesn't mean the material end up in an error. Okay. Material doesn't end up in the error. Okay. If you do not find the corresponding material number along with the destination. So we have to remember the destination also. How we can see the destination? Simply go here, status. Okay. And our destination is GTS. So for the GTS system, you can simply look here, SAP GTS host. Okay, GTS host. So if the combination, if the destination has been given SAP GTS, okay, as a host, then we would have also a similar problem, and material is stuck in the queue only. All right. Okay, this is the first check. After this check, if so, generally this queue problem doesn't happen because it's just a technical one-time activity fix. Okay, if it is working fine, so it is working fine. The other thing is the configuration, etc., configuration or the number range issue. So for which you have to go to SLG1 log. Okay, SLG1 log. So if we come in the SLG1 log, okay, the system will show you the entry here. The moment you will transfer, system will show you the entry of the material getting transferred. Okay. This is for the other one. Okay. Okay. So for your material, you doesn't have any entry. So that is fine. Okay. That's completely fine. Now the similar SLG1 log we have to trigger in the GTS system also, because it will be inbound for the GTS system, outbound for the feeder system, and the inbound for the GTS system. So similar log SLG1 transaction we have to run in the GTS. So when you come to the GTS, you can see here, just now this is my ID demo 1. If you just double click, you can see here, this is the material transferred, right? 66166. This is the material which I just transferred. This material is transferred successfully. You can see the green message. Okay. It is showing some warning that the classification I have not created. Okay. So the corresponding classification, text classification is not mapped in the GTS system, but the product has been transferred successfully. It's a green entry. All right. So if there is an issue with the number range, or like you see this warning, instead of warning, if you see some red error, okay, So that red arrow will tell you whether it's a configuration issue or the master data issue. All right. So it will come here in this log, SLG1 log. So you have the queue setup to check. You have over here the SLG1 log. Okay, SLG1 log, you have to check both the place, the feeder system and in the GTS system also. Feeder system, it will not show anything because it is already successfully processed from there. And in the receiving system, anyhow, this data has been created. Okay, so that's why the entry is appearing here, SLG1. Okay. The troubleshooting step is SMQ1 in the feeder system, SLG1 in both the system. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I have a doubt here.
Yeah.
Because this data is for example, material here transferred.
Mm-hmm. Hello. Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Someone was asking something. I think you lost audio, I think. All right. Let's continue.
Yeah, so this technique we have used SIF mechanism here.
Yeah, sorry, I missed your voice in between. Okay, can you repeat? Because we lost the audio.
To transfer the master data, we are using the SIF technique from ECC.
No, for this transferring of, we are not in the safe. Okay, that is we are not activating any integration model. Okay, that is for the APO. Okay, we are just using the queue mechanism. Okay, and we are just using the corresponding the queue mechanism to transfer the data. Okay, based on the business object. All right.
And do you have any feasibility to add the filters there, like certain material types only we have to send, or let's say certain material groups?
That we have to configure Z, for which we also have been provided one standard bodies. Okay, while transferring the data, we have been provided with the standard bodies. So that body we have to enhance. Okay. I'll provide those bodies name in the last sessions. I'll be providing some important bodies. Okay, for the important implementation or my project experience that I'll share. Okay, so those bodies and etc. will be yeah.
Or might be later if you can insight on that queue mechanism also, then it will be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a question. Like we are using the queues to transfer the data, right? But in the initial configuration, you showed that we configured the message type also, right? mat_SSL. So
correct.
That when is that used? Is it in case of changes?
I'll be coming on that. That functionality is a change pointer. Okay.
Okay.
Change pointer. So I'll be coming on that. That message type that we have added, that is for the changes, the data changes to be transferred using the IDOCs. Okay. The changes can be transferred both the ways. If you have the RFC set up already, so there is no need of IDOC. Okay, we can use the IDOCs also, IDOC mechanism to transfer the changes. Otherwise, we can just simply, we already have the RFC set up. Okay. So the moment we will save the system, it will be again transferred via queue as a XD02 or MM02 transaction. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But I'll be still explaining the change pointer if clients are using the change pointer, because the change pointer is something which is based on the IDOCs. Okay.
Right.
Is in the feeder system. Those changes will remain in the system. Okay. And those changes will not transfer to the GTS system immediately. It means both the system are not in sync. Some batch job will run, the batch job will create the IDOCs then after 1 hour, and then those changes will be transferred to the GTS system. So that's what I think. That's why the change pointer functionality is not majorly used. But yeah, this functionality will be there, and this message type will be used for some other purpose also. Okay, all right. So I'll anyhow cover that change pointer is concept too. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have very well noticed that this message type that I have configured in the distribution model. Okay, those are for the change pointers, not for the data creation. Okay.
Okay, not for initial that. Okay.
Correct. Right. Not for the data creation, not for the initial one. That's why for the initial I have transferred the material. Okay. Right. Okay. And we can set up a connection again going to the RFC that the moment we'll save the data, it will automatically will be triggering the RFC. Okay. So that is anyhow the technical connectivity, the basis and the web helps here. Okay. All right. Now we were discussing on this logical system group. I was come on that logical system group. I think it's in my day one notes. Yeah. So this picture which I have created here, okay. This picture which I have created here, I have created 3 logical systems, or we can say as a 3 feeder system. All right. One feeder system, let's say ECC US, another feeder system ECC Europe, another feeder system ECC Middle East. And GTS system will be single across the globe. Will be having only one GTS system. So I'm showing you one landscape. Okay, I'm giving you one situation to explain you what is the logical system group. So I have 3 feeder system: LS1, LS2, LS3. LS1 is the ECC US, LS2 ECC Europe, LS3 ECC Middle East. All are connected to same GTS server. Okay, let's say version 10.1 or 11. Okay, version we can take anything. We have the GTS system. Now let's talk about one customer. Okay, we have one customer. Okay, the customer number is 1001. Okay, the customer number is 1001. All right. Now we know that these system will be having one logical system name, right? So that's why I have given the first system logical system name is LS1. Second system logical system name is LS2. Third system logical system name is LS3. Okay. Now suppose I have one customer, okay, with the same number 1001. 1001. And this customer, what does we have in the customer? We have the name and the address. Let's say we are talking about general data only. The name and the address of that customer. Okay. Now this customer we have in LS1 also, in LS2, in LS3 too. Okay, the same number. And okay, the same number for the customer we are using in LS1, LS2, LS3. Okay. And how we are using same number? Because there is an integration in these 3 systems also to keep the data in sync. Okay. So that if one of the system make any changes in the name or the address of this customer 1001, it will reflect into other 2 systems also. So there is a connection between these 3 systems also. Okay. All right. To make their data sync only for these customers. Okay, which are commonly used. So let's say this customer 1001 exists in all 3 systems. So, and we know whenever we transfer the data, there is a corresponding logical system stamp will be attached. There is a corresponding logical system stamp will be attached. All right. Whenever we transferring the data. 1 second. In the GTS system, material. Okay. This is the material which I just now transferred, right? This is the material which I just now transferred. And this material, can you see? Transfer log for product. Okay, product number transferred from feeder system this on this particular date time instant. All right. So what you see here? The feeder system name, logical system name is also associated while transferring the data. All right. So what does that mean? It means whenever the data is transferred, okay, whether it's a master data or the transitional data, there is an associated logical system name will be also transferring towards the GTS system. So how the GTM will be recognizing this data is coming from this particular feeder system based on the logical system associated. Okay, now you can see from the log also. From the log, it is showing here that this particular GTS underscore 00800, this is my 800 feeder system client, and transferring the data, this material number. All right. Okay. It means now I'll come to my example. It means for this particular LS1, while coming to the GTS, it will become 1001 plus LS1. Okay. All right. LS1, LS2, LS3. If same customer number is getting transferred from LS1, it will appear like this in the log. This is how the GTS will understand LS2 and LS3. Correct? So for the GTS, data is transferred like this. Data with the associated with the corresponding logical system name. Okay. Logical system name LS1, LS2, LS3. Okay. So the idea of logical system group. What do we, okay. The idea of logical system group came because if we transferring the data like this, then what will happen? Data redundancy. Because 1001, same name, same address. All right. Similarly, if we have the 50,000 customer, okay, and we have multiple logical system, we are talking about multiple company codes in a logical system, then what will happen? It will create multiple entries. Okay. So data redundancy. To address this data redundancy, okay, SAP came up with the concept of logical system group. Okay, rather than creating 3 entry in my business partner table, okay, rather than creating 3 entry in my business partner BUT tables, okay, we create one logical system group. We will create one logical system group in our GTS system. Okay, so we'll create one logical system group. How we'll create a logical system group in the GTS system? We'll make LS, okay, LS1 and LS2, or you can see like this. We group it basically. Okay, we group it. LS1 assigned to one group, LS group. Similarly for LS2 and LS3 also. Okay, we are assigning this to one by one, LS2 and LS3. Okay, LS2, LS3. Okay, so if we are making a group, then rather than having this combination, GTS will understand based on, okay, LS group only. LS group. Only one entry we need. We do not need other 2 entry. Right? Okay. So it means earlier picture was 3 entry for the same customer, for the same master data. But now, because of this concept of logical system group, we are having 1 entry. 1 entry. All right. Okay. In the GTS. So this is the way how we are achieving the solution for the data redundancy. Okay. Creating only 1 entry. All right. So that's why even if you look in the log again, in the first line, it is showing the GTS 00800. 800 is my feeder system client. And in the next line, it is showing logical system grouping is GTS GRP 001. Okay, GTS GRP 001. Got it? Okay. GTS GRP 001. Okay, right? It means my feeder system, this GTS 100 00800 must be assigned to this group. Okay, so this assignment is in SPRO configuration. Okay, in GTS SPRO configuration, we have this assignment of the logical system assigned to which logical system group. So in short, this assignment, okay, that I'm highlighting, this assignment is available in the GTS SPRO configuration. All right, got it? Let me know if you have any doubt understanding this, then I'll take you to the SPRO configuration.
Yes, I have a query.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So as you said that LS1, LS2, LS3 are three separate ECC systems, right?
Yeah.
So as you said, there is a chance that same external number, let's say 1001, has the same data or general data.
Correct.
But there is a possibility that it can be different also, right?
Yeah, we could have any customer. Let's say you have, let's say customer number 1322. It is available only in this logical system 1. Okay, but even in that case, the entry will be created as a logical system group here. Okay.
No, but if I'm not wrong, the customer external number, that would be your ECC KNA1 customer number, right?
Correct.
So that is generated automatically. I mean, some systems do have that you can enter your own number, but it is generated automatically like material number in some systems.
Right.
So if I'm, assigning the same details in the 3 system, there is a possibility that it will give me 3 different numbers.
That's true. That's true. So that's what I'm saying at the beginning, that all these 3 systems in sync. Okay. All these 3 systems in sync, so that they are just using the same number 1001 for this customer. Okay. All right.
Okay.
If you're talking about different customer, the same customer, let's say you're talking about the same customer, but in the 3 different system, it will generate 3 numbers. Okay. Then obviously you are already keeping in the feeder system three different number for the same customer. Okay. So even in that case, if you're transferring those 3 number to the GTS, so GTS will also create 3 entries for the same master data. Okay.
Yeah, but similarly, as you said, 1322, the possibility is that 1322 have different general data, all the 3 systems. So in that case, I will be creating 3 different LG group, or how am I supposed to do that?
Well, so this particular requirement, which I'm telling you, if 1322 is having 3 different general data, it means in my system it's a 3 different customer, correct?
Correct.
Right? If we are talking about Amazon India, Amazon Brazil, Amazon China, so 3 different addresses. So it's a 3 different customer altogether, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So this particular scenario. So as of now, I'm just talking about ECC. Rather than ECC, you can also refer some other system. Let's say CRM. Okay. Let's say you have ECC, CRM, and let's say some non-SAP system also as a feeder system, which are working on the same number. So generally, if we work on such a model, which is for a same customer rather than working different numbers, okay, the business will be utilizing same number in the CRM system, same number in the ECC system, same number in the non-SAP system also. Okay, just to identify that particular customer. Okay, so in that case, we can achieve this data redundancy, okay, in the GTS system by making the logical system group. But yeah, if for the same customer, we are having different number in the CRM, different in ECC, and different in some non-SAP system. So in that case, anyhow, we already in the feeder system, anyhow, we have created 3 different numbers, and we are transferring to the GTS system. We create 3 different BP number. Okay, right?
Correct.
But technically, if you see for the same number, let's say we have a separate data in CRM and in ECC, then that will be a problem, right? It will overwrite the data.
Yeah, so that's what I said. These system has to be in sync. So whenever we are making this logical system group, right? So all these 3 systems also be in sync. because you are using same number. So any system will check any data. It should immediately transferred to the another two system also to make a sync. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this particular scenario, if your client is using, okay, so in that case, logical system group will be, will be used. But that doesn't mean if, let's say, I have only one client, my client is using only one legal system. Let's say it is just using only S4 HANA, one S4 HANA system or one ECC system. In that case, is it needed or is it necessary to create the logical system group? So the answer is, it is mandatory in the GTS to create the logical system group, even if you have one feeder system, like in our training, right? In our training, I have only one feeder system, but still I'm creating the logical system group. Okay, why it kept it as a mandatory? Because from the flexibility point of view, in future, if you are adding more and more feeder system or you are upgrading, okay, you have two system, one is ECC, another part of the geography you have S4 upgraded. So now you have two feeder system. In that case, if you wanted to utilize this logical system group functionality in GTS, then that is not possible. Okay, if you are already have not already not assigned your logical system to this logical system group, you already do not have the master data at the logical system group level. So that master data you cannot now further enhance to the new feeder system connected. It means you have to create another copy of the master data. All right. Okay. So it means logical system group is mandatory in the GTS system to create. So even if you have the one feeder system, all right. So that's why I have, you can see here, in my case, I have one feeder system. So system will determine the logical system group. Okay. And the same logical system group, you will see when we go in the product master. So even in the first screen, you can see here logical system group. You do not see here logical system. Okay. You do not see any logical system here. Okay. But if you go inside this, so you can see here the corresponding logical system group. And if this particular, let's say you have this same material being used in the EWM, and you are creating one EWM group. Okay, you wanted to create two separate group, one for the CRM and the ECC system, and another is for the EWM and the TM system for the same material. So we can, that will become the feeder system for my GTS. So we can create two separate group also. All right. Similarly, if you are testing in the dev environment, there will be a dev group, UT environment, UT group, okay, some kind of a test group, and production will have some kind of a PD or a PT group available. Okay, so this group is mandatory now. Okay, it will give you the flexibility for the client in future if they have more and more feeder system introduced. So they just have to assign their feeder system in the existing logical system group available here. Okay, they just have to assign their feeder system to this logical system group to utilize the same materials. Okay, to utilize the same material in GTS system. Rather than, if you do not have this logical system group, then in future, what we'll have, we have to, one copy is already gone here, LS1, and we have not added. We are not using this logical system, then what will happen? Again, for the same material, we have to create one more copy of LS2 in future also. So that's why in GTS it has become mandatory now to add this feeder system to your logical system group. Even if you have one feeder system, you have to add in the logical system group. Okay. And this functionality is only for the master data, because transaction, anyhow, every transaction is different. Okay. Every transaction is different. Okay. Based on the dates also. Okay. The date of creation or the partner or the material master, quantity, value, a lot of parameter we have different in the. So when we come to the sales order and the deliveries, that time I'll show you that there you will have only logical system associated with the transaction. You will not find the logical system group there in the transaction. Okay, so this concept is specifically for your master data. Okay. All right. Now I'll show this assignment. Okay, I'll just show this assignment. If you come to SPRO, GTS, system communication. Yesterday we discussed this define and the assign logical system. Just below we have one definition. We just define here one group of logical system. So it's just a definition. I'm using this GTS GRP 001. Okay, it has just a table entry with a role customizing. We have to give here customizing role. Okay, and assign. Okay, second is assign the logical system. So my logical system is this is my feeder system. You can see here this feeder system I have assigned to this, and the same feeder system, same group we also have to associate with the GTS system too. Okay, so these two. All right. Okay. Now if you see T90 is also one of the feeder system. Okay, so what it is represent? I have two feeder system for my one GTS system. Okay, so the same group I also have to assign my GTS system also. All right. Okay, because I also will be transferring the flag or the commodity code from GTS system back to the feeder system, right? It is a two-way communication. So for my GTS system also, GTS system will just refer this logical system group, and it will transfer back all the commodity code for this corresponding material number in all the three logical system. Okay, in one execution, it will transfer for all the three. Okay, all the three logical system, which is coming in this logical system group in this example. All right. Okay, so this is the configuration for the logical system group. Okay, let me know if any doubts are there.
So yes, this particular concept will come when either we have multiple ERP systems or multiple systems from where we are fetching the data. But in case of 1:1, I don't think so. This particular config will be needed.
No, for 1:1, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
For 1:1, this particular configuration. Okay. Even if you want to skip, you want to bypass, that is fine. Okay. But I will say in your project also, if you go to any of the production client, it is the best practice to keep this logical system group because of the flexibility point of view. So,
okay, got it.
All right. Now, okay. So here we discussed on the data transfer. Okay, we have a look at so let's go and have a look at the PPT now. We discussed few things in the system. All right. Master data setup and the transfer. All right. Now the agenda is master data replication. We have already seen one master data. We have created the one material master and replicated in the system. Then the document application and how to set up master data in SAP GTS and the data transfer. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we are coming to transfer the customer vendor and the material master record or the bill of material to SAP GTS. A direct RFC are used. Okay, direct RFC has been used. So this is what we have discussed so far. Okay, direct RFC connections has been used. All right, and then the initial data transfer from ECC is done using the transaction. Okay, MetMask. So these transactions which has been listed here, right? MetMask DIR3 and DebMask DIR3. This is nothing but it is the menu legal, the same path which I'm using to transfer the data, the same transaction, menu legal R3. Okay, in which we have transfer of master data. So here you have all these transactions. Okay, we can transfer vendor, customer, contact person, applicants, material master, bill of material banks. All right. Other than these are the master data, but other than that, we also have few parameters like procurement indicator, okay, or material price. So, and it has been mentioned here. It's specifically for the risk management module. In the risk management module, we have the preference. Okay. So for the preference, we also need a procurement indicator. Okay. But this procurement indicator is nothing, it's a procurement type, in-house production or the external purchase. That indicator we have to transfer to GTS, and also the material price. The price is in the accounting view, accounting one view. Okay. There we have the price, standard or the moving average price. Those price will be transferring to the GTS system. But this is required only for the risk management module. Okay. Only for the risk management module, this thing is required. Okay. To calculate the preference. Right. To calculate the preference. Okay. All right. Other than that, we also have the initial transfer of duty paid stock. Now, this is specifically for the custom management module. Okay, the custom management.
Yes, one question. This is Ashutosh here. One question, this initial transfer, whatever we are doing. So in a live system, suppose new material getting introduced. So do we require background job or something which needs to be scheduled? Which transfer those newly created material in SAP ECC system?
So if we have as the direct RFC connections set up, okay, at the time of creation, it is not required. It will be automatically transferred. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
In case if it's stuck somewhere in the queue or something, some issue happened, then we have to come to this transaction, initial data transfer. Okay. Or if we are introducing some changes, after making the changes, you have to come here. Okay. And do the transfer again, retransfer, kind of a retransfer. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Actually, yesterday workshop I have not joined, so maybe that was the thing. But from today onward, I am joining, so maybe some question might be from the yesterday. Maybe I will go through that. Yes, no, whatever workshop we had already done yesterday.
Pretty fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty fine.
Yes, just in continuation, like you said, the initial transfer is done by RFC. So for active changes, we have to set up something. Or active changes will also get transferred.
Yeah, active changes also get transferred. Okay, but in this system, we'll be using this initial transfer. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Active changes we also have, because what we do in the direct RFC, basically it is based on the transaction, what we are capturing, like XD01. If we are using only XD01, then XD02 also. Okay, like that. MM01, MM02, because these transactions.
So is that defined somewhere? So we have to define it somewhere, like which all should be applicable.
Actually, these are the activated on the business object. For example, if I take you to this BUP call FU, okay. Now this is a data exchange activation of the module. Like you can see here, the business partner, okay, outbound. Like these are the some of these. Okay. Now this is again, it's a technical setting of for each and every functional module. Okay. Here they activate based on the ALE connection, what all data will be transferred based on what functional module. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And so it is all will be done by the basis team. So we may not be involved here. All right. Okay. They know because they will, and how they will be working. They will not be working on the transaction basis. They are working on the business object wise. Okay. It is a BUPT object. It will involve each and the entire thing. Okay. But the functional module is only for create or the change. Accordingly, they will just activate. Okay. It will only create all the change. All right. All right.
And I can add my custom function modules as well into this, right? Like I'll have to map it in GTS, or these are standard ones which are to be used?
The standard will be used. Standard will be used. But what is your query basically? Why you want to add this customized function module?
Like if there are some like in material master or customer master, I have added some enhancements and I want those in GTS.
So when you say some customized field, basically you are saying, right?
Yes.
Some customized.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. For transferring those customized field, we have another place in ECC. Okay, I'll show that place, and there we have the standard bodies to enhance. Okay. Okay. So that enhancement will be done by bodies. That will not be taken care at the RFC level. Okay. RFC is just that the entire object, let's say the material master, will be transferring on creation all the changes. Okay, like this. But what data, what field, okay, or what kind of a customization if you want to do that, RFC is not a place for that. We have another place which is called body. Okay, the standard bodies are there. Okay, to enhance and look for those customized field transfer. Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Fine, guys. So let's continue further. All right. So these transactions which I just showed you, the initial one, this is for the initial master data transfer. Okay. As I said, the initial data transfer in actual project will not be coming to this transaction, initial data transfer and all. The moment the data will be created, it will be transferred. Whenever we do any sort of changes, it will be immediately transferred. Okay. Because this transaction means if you rely upon using this transaction, it means our system is not in sync. Okay, our feeder system and the GTS system is not in sync because someone has to come manually, have to transfer, or via batch job, or the change pointers we'll be creating in iDocs, but that is again based on the batch jobs. Okay, so it is batch job means some periodic run will make the system in sync. So, but we want both the system real time sync with the data. So that's why we have the RFC in place for each and every object level. Okay, RFC work on the object level. All right. Okay. So now what are the different objects? Product, vendor, customer, bill of material, banks. Okay. All right. Now in this slide, we can see here to transfer master data from the feeder system to SAP GTS system, we use a direct RFC for the initial and the regular transfer. So you can see here, the word regular transfer means the changes. Okay, regular transfer means the changes. Okay, and you can include the banks. Yeah, we can transfer the bank transaction also. Okay, and set up in the ALE scenario. You can see here ALE scenario. Okay, for HRMD, ABA for the applicant address. But this is again this particular message type which is showing. It is for the specific for the bank for the financial statement upload in the GTS system. Okay, now the third point is change pointers. Okay, change pointers are used to regularize the data transfer. For the regular data transfer, the change pointer can also be used. Okay, just a correction in this PPT. The change pointers can also be used for regular data transfer. But on the first point, you can see in the first point they have mentioned direct RFC is there for the initial and the regular transfer. Direct RFC. Okay, if regular transfer means the changes. Okay, if we have the direct RFC only for the initial transfer but not for the changes. For the changes we have the change pointers in the system. Okay, all right. So So for that purpose, we use the IDOC mechanism, the change pointers. Okay. All right. So let's discuss about the change pointer. Okay. Now we have last point. The third point is a change pointer. Okay. So let's discuss the change pointer in the system. Right. Let's go to the feeder system. Again, it's the same transaction. Menu legal R3. Okay. And same place, basic setting. Okay. In the basic setting on the here, the first three that you can see here, activate change pointers globally. Okay. Activate the change pointer for the message type. Right. So if our client want a certain changes in the feeder system data to be transferred using the IDOCs. Okay. ALE IDOCs. So for which we have the functionality, the change pointers. All right. Now that's the reason in the ALE distribution model, if I take back to the ALE distribution model, I have added the message type. Okay, we know the message type we need to assign it to IDOCs. Okay, based on the message type only, the system will be able to understand what kind of a data it will be carrying, whether it's a vendor data or customer tables, vendor tables, or the material master tables. Okay, the system will understand based on the message type only. So this is our distribution model. Okay, if we just open here, you can see here I have already added 3 message type for the bomb transfer. Okay, and creators, which is our vendor, debtors, which is our customer, and the material metmask. Right. Okay, so these message type is used for the change pointer functionality. Okay, for transferring the changes of the customer material or the bill of material. All right. So to activate, we first of all have to enable the checkbox here. Okay, so this functionality will be activated then globally. All right. Then activate the changes for a particular message type. So we'll come here for the message type that you wanted to activate. Okay. So for those corresponding message type, we have to activate the functionality here. Okay. Suppose we do not want the material changes to be carried out or transferred to the GTS system using the IDOC. Okay, so we'll deactivate the changes. Okay, we'll just deactivate this functionality then, right? So you can see this is the 4 message type I was assigned to the distribution model. Okay. Now, after this, we also have the reduced messages. Okay, activate change pointer for reduced messages. What does that mean? If you go in this code here, then reduce message type. So we'll give here our message type. Okay, this is the message type, debmask SLL. Okay, so we have to precede it with the SAP SLL. Okay, if you just enter and click on the change, you can see here some of the information is in green. So these, okay, these all are the tabular data. Okay, and the corresponding segment has been created here. Okay, segment. Okay, so whatever the segment that you want to transfer, or in short, if you wanted to transfer the partner role, request, text indicator, license, all this information is coming from these tables. Okay, so these information, if you're transferring, okay, so those we have to activate here. So the information which is indicated as a red, okay, these will not be transferred. So this particular segment will not be created in the IDOC. Okay, wherever you see the green, so these segment will be appearing in the IDOC. Okay, and if you wanted to add, let's say I wanted to add this, okay, transfer this contact person. So you just have to double click this. That's it. Okay, it is already being deactivated. So you have to start from the top. Okay, you have to click select green. Okay, click select green. Okay, all three green. So this segment is now activated in that particular IDOC. Okay, and what information it will carry? Master data. Okay, the contact person, and every segment is been mapped to a certain table entry. Okay, so this is the standard segment which is available. But again, coming to your questions, that if we have certain fields that we have customized, then yeah, we have to enhance this message type then. Okay, we have to enhance this message type. Okay, by copying this message type, we have to create our Z message type. All right, and that message type we have to assign to our distribution model. Okay, okay, so that way, but this functionality is only for the changes. Okay, this functionality is only for the changes. And how the IDOC will be created? Okay, in the system, once we do all this, okay, activation of the segment and okay, activation of this activation of the, so we have done the activation of the segment, activation of the message type, activation globally. Okay, so we have one standard program, okay, which is RBDM IDOC. Okay, RBDM IDOC. Right. So this the program will be running for a particular message type. Okay, suppose if I'm running for let's say dev mass, and okay, we have dev mass SLL. This is the one, dev mass SLL. If you're running the IDOC for dev mass SLL, okay, so this is how this program will work. We just have to specify the message type, and you can see 30 master IDOC setup for the message type dev mass SLL. Okay, now if we 30 communication IDOC generated for message dev mass SLL. Okay, now if we go and have a look in WE05 transaction, right? So it was at WE05 not created today. W02 or 05, where all the, yeah, this is the one, W05, yeah. So we can see here, this is the one, DevMass SLL. This is our customer related, which is just now created. You can see the created date, created timing of this server. In this server, it is 1808, and this is a date. Okay, and all the IDOCs in certain kind of a error message. Okay, if we just open any of this IDOC, so error in ALE service, output table not found. So because the corresponding partner number, partner integration is not there here. Okay, it is not completely set up here, but in real-time system, you will find here this IDOC is successfully transferred as outbound IDOC, and in the GTS system, you will receive a corresponding inbound IDOC. Okay, and that is going to update that, since it's a dev mass, so dev mass is going to update the customers. Okay, right. So this and how this IDOC is created using the program RBDM IDOC. Okay, using the program RBDM IDOC, right? But that program will be running by batch job. Okay, by the batch job, this program will be running RBDM IDOC. Okay, and we have to create a variance in the system. Okay, for each message type. Okay, in the initial screen of this program is just showing a message type. It means for each message type, one message type for customer, dev mass, material, met mass, vendors, cray mass. So like that, we have to create a variant for each and every message type, and then run this program for each variant one by one. All right. Okay. So this is how the change pointers is. It's a completely standard functionality. The only customization we'll be having when we'll be having some customized field, okay, added in the standard tables of customer or material or vendors, and those fields, the corresponding changes we wanted to transfer via change pointers. So we have to enhance the message type also. Okay, then we have to create the customized message type and add the segment. Okay. All right. And that customized message type, we also have to assign to the distribution model. Okay. Let me know if any doubts are here understanding change pointers.
I have one question. Like in generally, when we use change pointers, we also specify the fields which, when changed, the change pointer will be triggered. For example, I mean, it will not trigger for all the fields of the material master, but only once certain fields are changed. So generally, we do the setting. So that will be required here also.
Yeah, this is what I showed in the reduced message. Okay. This is called the reduced messages. Okay. The one which you're referring, this is called the reduced messages. Okay. In this reduced messages means, as you said correctly, that we do not want to transfer all the corresponding field changes. Only a certain field if change, we wanted to transfer to the GTS system. Okay. So there is an option which is called reduce message. Just we are going to the message, coming to the change mode, and the corresponding segment, whatever the segment, you can see here the green one. Now system will be tracking the changes only for this green segment, but only for the red segment, system will not track the changes. So how the system will work? System will go to the CD, HDR, and CD pos table. Okay.
Right.
System will go to the change log table, CD, HDR, CD pos table, and from there, system will pick the changes. But in my customer, I have 100 fields. Okay, but not all the 100 field is required for the GTS. It could be possible that only 5 or 6 field is for the GTS. So I will make my system. I'll come to this reduce message type. I'll activate the segment only for those 5 or 6 fields. So then what the system will do? System will track the changes. It will go to the CD HDR table. If 20 fields are changed, out of those respective fields which I have activated here as a green. Okay. Only the segment, the corresponding field which I have activated here as a green, only those fields will be tracked in the CD HDR or CD pos table by the system, and corresponding changes of those 5 or 6 fields will be transferred to the GTS system. This functionality is called the reduced message type. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now, right. Now, and suppose if we have done the changes and we already have the direct RFCs, okay, so there you can also use this initial data transfer. It's a kind of a retransfer of the data. Okay, so that will also reflect the changes anyhow. The initial doesn't mean only the first time we are creating we can transfer. No, even after the changes also you can use this initial transfer. Okay, it will just append those changes in the previous data without changing the creation date. Okay, initial transfer doesn't mean that whenever we are, suppose today I'm transferring one material, after 2 or 3 days again I will go and do the initial transfer of the same material. Okay, that in the GTS system it is not going to change the creation date every time we do this initial transfer. Okay, the creation date will be taken up by the first initial transfer, and rest, and after the subsequent initial transfer will be just changes we are transferring. That's it. Okay, changes we are transferring in the system. All right. Okay. Okay. Now let's get back to the PPT. Let's have a look further. Now in the right side picture, you can see here the product master, which is the material master in the ERP. It becomes the product master in the GTS. We call it as a product master. And what does it have? The basic data, classification, and the legal control. Okay, so let's open the product master here in the GTS system. Sorry, we are talking about the product master. Okay, so we can see here what all it is. Not all the information from MM03 is being transferred here. Okay, only the commercial description, basic data, okay, classification with the commodity code. But these information that you see here is coming from this number, etc., will be coming from the GTS. These legal regulations, etc., coming from the GTS SPRO. Then we have legal control again, the classification which will be happening in the GTS system. Then single custom procedure. Okay, sorry, special custom procedure, text classification. So text data, if text is relevant, the text group will come here. But in we have seen already in our log, this text was not there, classified, and there is no corresponding text group has been created in the GTS system. There's no SPRO. So that's why this text number is not coming here, text classification. Authorities. Okay. For a particular FDI information, we can use this authorities. Okay. And the bill of material tab, where we can define the main material and the component ID. Okay. All right.
Yes, we have not transferring any classification view right now, right? Can we take an example where we have a class also in the material master for ECC?
The classification view?
Yes.
You're talking about
in the ECC, if a class defined, I think so that is not defined here.
Yeah, that tab is not there. You're talking about that kind of a classification of the variant, etc., or the batch number, right?
Yeah, so just wanted to know how it performs. Suppose in a classification view of material master, I am having a class and it is having some characteristics with value. So how it is transferring here? Because it comes from the material mat only, right? Or is it any other things required for it for GTS?
In the GTS, if you want to transfer the classification data, right, then we have to enhance the button. Okay. In the standard system, currently I'm showing you what we have achieved using the standard configuration. So here you don't see any classification data. Okay, there is no classification view other than this text. Okay, other than this text, there is the class or the batch number, etc., that is not available. This classification view is different. Okay, this classification view is for classification of your material with the commodity code or the tariff number. Okay, that mapping. Okay, but if you want to transfer the batch number or the corresponding classification of that material using the variant configuration and all, so that we have to enhance the body. Okay, from the feeder system.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Okay. And this commodity code in the classification, it will come from ECC or it will be assigned here and sent to ECC?
Yeah, the second statement is correct. It will be assigned here and sent to the ECC.
Okay.
Okay. So if I just go back in the GTS menu, so
So like it will come from those, like you had talked about some other systems which have these data, correct?
Data.
So it will come from those systems and then they have to be assigned here.
Correct. That is called the data providers. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The data provider will provide us the data, commodity code, and the tariff number that we have to upload in the GTS system. Okay. After then, we have to perform the mapping. That is called the classification. with the mapping of material master and the commodity code. And then after that, we have to retransfer it to the GTS system, back to the GTS system. Sorry, back to the feeder system for the GTS.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking for this one. Import. It's in a special procedure. Okay, I'll show that one of the report is there to retransfer the commodity code back to the feeder system. Okay, right, fine. Let's proceed further. Here we are just doing the classification commodity code. All right, let's proceed further. Now we are coming to the document application. After we have the master data, there's also need to transfer the transaction data, our sales order, purchase order, inbound delivery, outbound delivery. Okay. Now, yesterday also on the day one, I told you guys an information that the purchase order, okay, or the sales order is referred as a custom document. So same thing you can see in this picture also. The purchase order, sales order, inbound delivery, outbound delivery will be referred as a custom document. And these custom documents are used where? In the GTS system, it will be used only in the compliance management. Okay. Whereas the billing document, okay, the billing document or the good receipt work list, okay, billing document or the good receipt work list will be used for creating the custom declaration, the second document, second box, custom declaration. And this is for which module in the SAP GTS system? This is for the custom management. Okay, custom management. So these custom document will be used for the compliance management module in the GTS. And this custom declaration will be used for custom management module in GTS. Okay, right? All right, so it's an important point. All right. So we do also have further some module in the GTS like risk management, the preference. So for the preference, again, purchase order or we have a good receipt, okay, or the billing document will be transferring to the preference management area. But there that doesn't create any kind of a document for the preference. The preference, it will directly transfer as a work list, okay, a kind of a report, okay, for purchase order or the good receipt. It is a kind of a report. So that's why for the preference in the SAP GTS box, you don't see any preference document. Okay, you see here the custom document, which is for the compliance submodule, and custom declaration, which is for the custom management submodule, but there is no preference document or electronic compliance reporting document, ECR document, because ECR reporting and the preference both work on the work list, kind of a report mechanism they have. That report will get the data from the feeder system. And after getting the report, they will just process in the preference or the intrastate reporting. Okay, so other two module, preference or the electronic compliance reporting, doesn't use any kind of a document, okay, as a reference from the feeder system. But the compliance management and the custom management use the feeder system as a reference to create their corresponding document or the custom declaration. All right. Okay. Now we have a lot of things here to cover on this slide. Okay, from the system point of view. So let's get back to the system. Now there are some prerequisites before we start transferring the data. There are some prerequisites in the feeder system. So let's go to SPRO and have a look at that prerequisite. Okay. we need to come to sales and distribution, foreign trade custom, and then after SAP GTS plugin. Okay, SAP GTS plugin. In this plugin, in SAP GTS plugin, you have a lot of information. So this is the place where you can use the standard bodies. Okay, you can see here the standard bodies has been given. Okay, to have your this MMSD document if you want to keep any sort of check. Okay, what exit we have. Okay, while for your purchase order transfer. Okay, if you wanted to implement any kind of logic, so these are the bodies available. Okay, what else? User exit for. Okay, so this is for your master data. Someone was asking me if I'm adding customer table, some customized field, or the material master, some customized, where we have to go. So this is the place. There are some user exit which has been given. Okay, and the corresponding enhancement has been also given. SLL LEG 05 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so these enhancement, these exit will be enhanced. Okay, for transferring your customized field from the feeder system to GTS system. Whenever we are talking about only the data copy. Okay, then this is for the interface. If we are talking about the purchase order transfer, that time we want to trigger any logic, and there is a corresponding functionality like configurable material. So someone was asking me about this classification, right? Classification I wanted to transfer. So that time, if we are using the classification for the variant configuration, so we are going to use this body for the configurable material. Okay, so we have these standard bodies available for the standard functionalities. Okay, all right. If we a common thing which we'll have here in the projects is like pricing. Okay, we are transferring the price from the feeder system, from my order or from my invoice to the declaration. Generally, pricing is being transferred from the invoice to the custom declaration. If you remember the previous slide which I showed, I told you the sales order, purchase order, outbound delivery, inbound delivery will be mapped to one custom document in the GTS system, whereas your billing document will be mapped to a custom declaration in the GTS document. Okay. So the prices which is coming in the billing, okay, those prices we wanted to map to a corresponding declaration, because in the declaration only we'll calculate the duties, okay, that we supposed to pay to the custom authority. Okay, so that's why for the duty we need pricing. Some of the pricing will be calculated and retrieved from the GTS, but there are some base price, etc., which will be transferred from the feeder system only. The base price or kind of a discount or statistical information that we wanted to transfer from the feeder system to GTS. Okay, that time we have to enhance that body. Okay, so all these important bodies I'll be sharing. Some of these I just showed here. Okay, in this configuration, if you come, you'll find a lot of body exit available here. Okay, so let me close this one by one now. Okay, now regarding this, okay, where we are talking about the data transfer from ERP to GTS system. As I said, there are some prerequisites in the ERP level. Okay, there are some prerequisites at the ERP level. Until unless that we do not have that prerequisite in place in the ERP, we won't be able to transfer the documents. Okay, all right. Now, let's go. So just below SAP GTS plugin, you have this control data for transfer to SAP Global Trade Services. Open this node, and then you'll have one more node, technical activation of document transfer. Technical activation of document transfer. If you open this node, then you will find here 6 bodies available here. Okay. Transfer of purchase document, MM0A. MM0A is the code, okay, associated, or you can also remember this as an application level. Okay, so every body here having one application level. MM0A represent purchase document. MM0B present inbound delivery. MM0C material document. This material document could be your good receipt, okay, your goods issue, any material because material document, what is important in the material document is a movement type. Okay, movement type 101, 601, 102, etc. 261. Okay, even in the GTS, the movement type will be focused. So the material document. Okay. SD0A. SD0A represent the sales document. SD0B outbound delivery. SD0C represent the billing document. Invoices. Okay. So it's very simple to remember. MM area is for the MM, SD is for SD area. Okay. ABC order delivery billing. Okay. Or purchase order inbound delivery good result. So these should be activated here. So if I click here, you can see the message. Do you want to deactivate? Okay. It means it is already activated. Okay. It is already activated. So you can simply test just by clicking here. If you get this message, do you want to deactivate? It means this is already activated. Sometimes in your system, you don't see any kind of a purchase order is getting transferred or the transaction data is not getting transferred. So the first check is we should come here and we should check this activation of these bodies. Okay. If you get this message deactivate, do you want to deactivate? It means it is already activated. Okay. And it is very simple to do deactivate. You just have to click on yes, prompt for your transport request number. Okay. I just deactivated from the customizing. Now, if I deactivate this, then what will happen? The corresponding billing will not be transferred to the GTS system. Okay. None of the billing will be transferred to the GTS system. When I say none of the billing, we are talking about all the billing document type, whether it's a normal billing or your credit memo, debit memo. Okay. None of the billing. So it's on the billing object basically. So now if I click again here, it will tell me, do you want to activate? If this message is coming, do you want to activate? It means this particular body was deactivated. Okay. So let's activate this. Yes, I want to activate. The TR is activated now. All right. For your testing, you can just click, but even if you're doing any changes, just roll back those changes. Okay. All right. Then just after this drop down, after these 6 bodies activation, we have configure control setting for document transfer. Now this is the place where the filter will come. For example, in this picture, in the last picture in the PPT, you can see purchase order is getting transferred, creating custom document in SAP GTS. Sales order is getting transferred, creating the custom document in GTS system. So the sales order or the outbound delivery is called as a custom export document in the GTS system. And purchase order is called as a custom import document. Okay, custom import document. But both are the category of custom document only, import export. Right? But in case if we wanted to transfer only standard PO, okay, I do not want it to transfer any subcontracting PO. I do not want to transfer any STO. Okay. So in that case, I have an option here. Okay. Similarly, for a sales order, you want to transfer only standard order. You don't want to transfer any further kind of a sales order. Okay. You don't want to transfer any other sales order document type. Let's say you do have a domestic order also. Domestic order type. You don't want to transfer your domestic order type. You just want to transfer the export order type. Okay. So that kind of a filter is available here. Okay. These are the filter criteria in the GTS plugin. You can click this configuration, configure control setting, document transfer. Okay. So it will give the option to filter the document type. Okay, filter the document type. All right. Okay. Now let's go based on the application level one by one. Okay, and discuss. So as we discussed already, MM0 A, B, C, a purchase order, inbound delivery, and the material document. SD0 A, B, C. Okay. Sales order, outbound delivery, billing. MM0A, click on the document type. The first one you can see here, FNB. You can see here, this is my, what is my standard PO document type? The standard PO document type is, anyone? What is the standard PO? NB, right? Okay. So, but while activation in GTS, okay, it will be preceded with one character. This character is the purchase category. Okay. Purchase category of NB is F. Okay. Now, what is this purchase category? If you just simply search in Google, there is always a one transaction. Okay. In every the purchase document or the purchase type is associated with one purchase category. Okay. So for a standard purchase order, the purchase category is F. Okay. Now this particular category concept is only for the MM0A. Okay. Only for this MM0A, the GTS system will read first character as the purchase category. And after first character, whatever you mentioned is your document type. For example, I create one document type Z, okay, E1. Okay, let's say I created one document type ZE1 in MM as a purchase order document type. So what it will become here in MM0A assignment here, that will become F followed by ZE1. Okay. So this purchase category, if you don't know what is a purchase category, you can connect with the MM folks. Okay. You can tell them this is a document type. Let me know the purchase category for this document type. Okay. So and it is always a one alphabet. Okay. Okay. Always a one alphabet law. So we have to do it this way for the system. Okay. All right, then you can see here some of the flag like this if you wanted to transfer, because this purchase order can be used in the compliance management. It can be used in the custom management for performing different functions. In the compliance, it will be compliance screening. For custom management, it will be the import declaration. And for the risk management, it will be used for creating the long-term vendor declarations. Okay, all right. But if my client is using only compliance and the custom, my client is not using risk management at all. So you have to transfer only these two. Okay, will not be transferring the risk. If my client is using risk also for the preference calculation to preference area, then we have to activate these two. Okay, all right. So if my client is using only compliance, not using custom or the preference, so this activity, the setting will be, you can see the setting this way. Okay, it means my client is performing only the screening of the purchase order or the inbound delivery. We do not have a further provision of creating the import declaration using the purchase order work list in the custom area. If further client wanted to go for a custom management, then we have to activate this. Okay, we have to activate. Without this prerequisite, your document will not be available in these modules. So the compliance submodule, custom submodule, and the risk submodule. Okay, all right. Got it. So let's activate this for compliance and the customs. Okay. All right. And save this. Now it has been given here the output dialog in the SAP GTS. The moment you save the data, okay, the moment you create any purchase order or the sales order, okay, what will happen in the background? The data will be transferred to the GTS system immediately. Okay, there will be immediate screening in the SAP GTS system and the corresponding result of that screening, whether your purchase order or the sales order is blocked in SAP GTS system as a result of those screening, or it is in released status. Okay. When we say block, it means in your feeder system, after creating the purchase order and the sales order, you won't be able to perform further subsequent step. It means you won't be able to create their outbound or inbound delivery. Okay, because your sales order and the purchase order is blocked in the SAP GTS system. Okay, but what do we mean by this output dialog in SAP GTS? It means the moment you are creating your VA01 transaction in feeder system, in ERP or the ECC system, the moment you will press the save button, and as I said, RFC will be triggering to the GTS system and then perform the screening and will update the result. So during the moment you press the save button, and a dialog box will appear. Okay, I'll show the dialog box. I'm activating this dialog box right now. Okay, so dialog box will appear. That will show the output result from the GTS system. So that is very quick actually. Okay, it's very, very quick. Immediately the data will transfer. Okay, the moment you press, immediately you will get the result also. Okay, whether your document is screened and what is the result of the screening, whether your document is blocked or released. Okay, all right. So if the business wanted to have this output dialog appearing for the immediate screening GTS screening result, we'll click this checkbox. If they do not want this dialog box, okay, then we deactivate this. Okay, while performing the sales order, purchase order, I'll again deactivate and activate again to show you this option box. All right. Now, system response in the feeder system if SAP GTS fail. So here the system is talking about in case my GTS system block the sales order or the purchase order. Let's say the user is creating the sales order in the ECC, and as I said, the moment it will press, he or she will press save button, then immediately the data will transfer to the GTS system, screening will be performed, and as a result of screening, the document is blocked or released. Okay, suppose if my document is blocked, then how do you want the feeder system to proceed? Follow-on process is allowed, follow-on process is not allowed, and document can be posted. Okay, so the first thing is, if you are keeping it blank here, it means the corresponding, even if the your GTS screening failed, okay, the follow-on process in the GTS system is allowed. Okay, follow-on process in the GTS system is allowed. You can continue with your delivery and the further step. Okay, the block will be there in the GTS system. Okay, and the corresponding separate reporting will be taken care. Okay, but if you do not want that, so in majority of system you do not want the corresponding feeder system data to proceed further. If your document, let's say sales order, is blocked in the GTS system, you do not want the user to create the delivery or the further PG and the billing. So we have to give here follow-on process not allowed. Okay. One more thing, this is just a setting at the document level, but other than that, we also have one copy control setting. Okay, one copy control setting in the feeder system while creating the order to delivery. Okay, so that copy control setting, we have to maintain one routine in the item category to complete this entire process. Okay, so during the document creation, I'll show that routine also. Okay. Okay. All right. Now this is a preference area. Anyhow, this for vendor-based LTVD declaration for the customers. This area, anyhow, we are not covering this training. But this preference area, as you know, the preference is a part of risk management module. So that's why I have not activated the risk management checkbox here, because that is not a part of the training. And if you want the sales order or this purchase order to flow to risk area to calculate the preference, okay, to generate this LTVD declaration, long-term vendor declaration. So we have to activate this risk management module, and then we also have to activate this checkbox. If you have activated this below checkbox and you have not activated this risk management, then your purchase order will not flow to the preference area. Okay, even if we have this checkbox selected below, my purchase order will not flow to this preference processing to create the LTVD declaration. Why? Because we have to activate the sub module first. If my sub module is activated, then after that this purchase order will be appearing in this preference area to create this LTVD, long-term vendor declaration. Okay, so both the checkbox we have to activate, then only this functionality will work. All right. So these all control, similar control. Okay, I should say it's a similar control we'll see in the other document type also. Currently we were in MM0A. Similar control we'll be having in MM0B for inbound delivery, MM0C, okay, SD0A, SD0B. Yeah, there could be some more fields. Okay, there could be some more field because of their functionality in the GTS system. Okay, inbound delivery also plays some more functionality, drive more functionality in the GTS area. Okay, right? Billing declaration invoices drive some different. Okay, so but these three control data, these checkbox you will find in almost all the area MM0A, 0B, 0C, and this output dialog box and this system response. Okay, this you will find in all the application level MM0A, ABC, SD0, ABC. So after this, let's go and have a look. Let me save this. Okay, let's go and have a look at the MM0B. And here you can see I am not keeping any category or anything. Here is very simple. We are just using this standard inbound delivery document type EL. Okay, standard inbound delivery document type EL. Okay, and I'm using this inbound delivery with the document type EL to transfer to the compliance module or the compliance screening. I also want this inbound delivery to transfer to the custom management module, because these two will be covering in this training, compliance and the custom. Okay, majorly the compliance, I've been told that compliance is major chunks that I have to focus upon, and custom management also I just have to give an overview including some exercises, the basic exercises. So we'll be covering anyhow the compliance and the custom in this training. All right. Okay. So let's activate these two modules, compliance and the custom, and this output dialog box, which is blank. In this EL outbound inbound delivery, we can see two more options here: placement into custom status before GR, hold good receipt if unloading permission is missing. Okay. Now these two checkboxes are the process specific. Which process? It will come in the custom management module. This module, the custom management module. So for this custom management module, we have further two checkbox or two functionality available at the inbound delivery level. Okay. So first functionality is placement into custom status before GR. Again, these two are for your import procedure. Okay. Import procedure. Hold good receipt if unloading permission is missing. This is again for the import transit procedure. Okay. So process specific checkboxes are there. You will find the process specific checkbox. Okay. All right. Okay. Now let's go and have a look at the MM0C. Okay. Now in MM0C, you can see a lot of movement type has been mentioned here. Okay. Let's click on the first movement type 101B. 101B. All right. So we know that movement type is just 101. Okay. 101B is not a movement type. Okay. B is your it is movement category. Okay. Movement category. Now good receipt can be done against the purchase order, right? Okay. Good receipt for the purchase order, and good receipt also can be done for the production order. Okay. What we do, the good receipt of the purchase orders and the good receipt of the production orders. Okay. So this is, it means this is called the movement category. If we go to OMJJ transaction, come to the movement type. Now this OMJJ transaction is from the MM area. Okay, this OMJJ transaction movement type etc. is from the MM area. I'm opening one transaction OMJJ for the movement type 101. So in this movement 101, you have to come to this WM movement type, update control WM movement type. Okay, and this column you can refer. This column you can refer. This column will show you the movement indicator. Okay, movement indicator. Movement indicator. Now you can see the ones in this column, you can see only B or F. Okay, B or F. If we just scroll down, then in this column you will see only B and F. Okay, scroll down. Okay, I'm just scrolling down just to verify if we have any other value other than B or F. This is your movement indicator. Now you can see till the end it is having only B and F in this table. It means what is B stand for? You can open this. B is goods movement for the purchase order. F means goods movement for the production order. All right. Okay. Goods movement for the delivery node. Okay. All right. Now, do we know any goods movement for our delivery node? What is the goods movement for the customer goods issue? It is
601.
601.
Yeah, 01. It means for the 601, I can use this L. Okay, for 601, I can use this L. All right. And if there is any goods movement without any reference, okay, we have some of the goods movement, right? That is without any reference. Okay. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me example? Do you know any goods movement without any reference we can execute without any purchase order or the deliveries? Okay, we just have to go and enter in the system.
I think 502 or 702.
Yeah. So we have already initial stock entry, which is done by 561 or 501. Okay, 502 is for reversal. Correct. These all are without reference. We can directly go. Okay, so for which this movement indicator will be blank. Why I'm telling you this movement indicator? Because this will be appended here in the GTS system. When you come to this MM0C area, right? It has gone here. So here you can see 101B, 101F, because this become the goods 101 good receipt of my purchase order. So it means the material document which is created against the purchase order can flow to the custom area and the risk area. Custom and the risk area. Okay, in the custom area it will go and we will create the import declaration. In the risk area it will go and we will create long-term vendor declaration. But we also have one more, 101F. F is for the production order. So good receipt for my production order. Good receipt for my production order is useful only for the custom area. Good receipt against the production order is not useful for the risk area. Okay. So that's why this category has been given. Okay. This category has been given. Okay. Now the question is, what if I just simply copy here and keep here 101, okay, enter and save. System will allow you. System will allow you if you keep like this. If you keep like this 101 and you activated the control. What control you have activated? Custom and the risk, both the submodule. Good receipt 101, irrespective of whether it's a good receipt of the purchase order or good receipt of the production order. it will flow to the custom area and the risk area also. Then this is not a good situation then, right? Because we do not want the good receipt for the production or production order to flow to the risk area. Okay, we just want the good receipt for the production order to flow in the custom area only for the import declaration purpose. Okay, all right. So if you keep like this without, so this is also valid value. I wanted to say you guys that this is also a valid value 101. If you do not keep any indicator here, the indicator which I'm showing you here, right? B, F, K, L, and that to the relevant indicator. The 101 can be used with only B and F. There's no other. Okay, and if you come and have a look at the other movement, let's say 601, and if you come to this, sorry, again I'm in 101, one type 601. So we have to put the relevant. With 101, we can't use the L, okay? Because it has not been mentioned in the OMJJ. In OMJJ 101, we have found the entry only against B or F. Now we'll come to the 601. In 601, same column movement indicator, you can find the entry L. Here you don't have any B or F. So if you just scroll down, you have L. Go to the bottom, you can see. Okay. It is only L. Okay. It is only L. Correct? So the 60 we have to append with L. Okay. It is only L, this movement indicator. So it means when we come to the GTS system, 601, we have to append with L. Okay. And even if you do not want to give any movement type indicator, you just wanted to keep a movement type number only. You do not want any indicator, just like I showed you for 101. Okay, just like I showed you for the 101. Okay, if you keep it like just 101 without appending any indicator or movement indicator P or F, that is also a valid entry. Okay, that is also a valid entry. But what the system will understand, what we are making, what kind of a configuration we are doing in the system then. If you are making 101 without appending any movement indicator, in that case, system will understand that good receipt. It has to be a 101 good receipt. Doesn't matter it's coming from the purchase order, good receipt 101, or it's a good receipt 101 coming from the production order. Okay. The system will transfer that material document to both the area, custom area also and the risk area also. Okay. And for the risk area, the good receipt against the production order is not required, not needed at all. So that's why we have this concept of movement indicator. That's why this, if my client is not using the production order at all, okay, we know my client is using only the purchase order. And across the globe, they are only doing the purchase order good receipt 101. They are nowhere they are using the production order 101. So in that case, it is fine if we keep 101, okay, without keeping any indicator B or F. But if my client is also using production order, so in that case, I should categorize this as a 101B or 101F. All right. Let me know if any doubts are there. All right. So you can see here some of these movement which is without any reference. Okay. Transfer plant to plant 301, 302. It is having no reference, so it is given without any movement indicator here. Okay. So this is how this MM0C works. Okay. MM0C is a material document, but we do not keep any document type here. In the document type section, actually it's given here as a document type. Okay, as a document type, but we keep it here the movement type appended with the movement indicator. That indicator we can use it from OMJJ. Otherwise, we can connect with the MM team to find out. Okay, in the standard system, you will find it like this only. Okay, in the standard system, you will find everything is pre-configured. Okay, and this material document will be useful in the custom area. Okay, in the custom management for the import declaration creation, this material document will be used. And also it will be used in the risk management area for the preference calculation. Okay, for the preference calculation. All right. One second. Now SD0A for our sales order document type. Now this is our standard document type. Internally it is TA. Okay, over standard order. Okay, so in GTS you'll find as a TA because internally it's a TA. What document type? So it's very simple. Compliance module or the risk module. The order never flow to the custom management module. So you don't see the checkbox for the custom management. These are the output dialogues, and this we have discussed already. And furthermore, you have the preference processing. Okay, preference related flag. Okay, now this preference related flag means this is only if your sales order is your corresponding billing. Okay, or the sales order is getting transferred to the preference work list. Okay, generally we have the order billing which is going transferred to the risk management area. Since it is not covering, so that's why this risk management module here we have deactivated. If we activate, then we can select preference which one we want. We want to go for the configurable material, and we also want the preference flag to flow from GTS to ECC. This is what we can do. Okay, after if the risk management is there. Okay. All right. We have, okay, this is order SD0A. Let's go to the SD0B. LF is the outbound delivery. Okay. LF is the outbound delivery document type available in the standard. Now, this is also flowing only to the compliance and the risk area. Compliance and the risk area. Okay. And further control we have for the compliance area. We can do, these are further the process actually. Okay, the special processes in the legal control. We want to define transit country, flag previous document for the closing. Okay, close document for the goods issue without checking. So this is a specific process that we follow. Okay, only for the specific process we activate or deactivate these flag. Okay, so these legal control is a part of the compliance one. Okay, as we know that this delivery doesn't flow to the custom. But from the custom, if you wanted to have a certain flag holding the goods issue flag, so this flag will be updated using the body. Okay, but this delivery will not flow to the custom area. Okay. All right. Now we have the last SD0C. We have the billing document. So generally we use this performa invoice. One in the clients, you will find the performa invoice or the F2 document. They are primarily used for creating the export declarations. Okay. As I told you, the billing document will be creating the custom declarations. Okay. Custom declaration in the custom management module. If you just double click, you will find here the custom management. So this F8 performa, it never flow to the compliance area. Only order delivery flow to the compliance area. Order delivery never flow to the custom area. Here we have the opposite. The performer will flow on to the custom area, but it will never flow to the compliance area. Okay. So it is as we have seen in the picture here. Okay. Order and delivery custom, billing document, custom declaration. Okay. And the custom document for the compliance area, custom declaration for the custom management area. Okay. Now again, the risk management checkbox and these all checkbox are related to the preference one. Okay, and this is specific process of the custom invoice. Okay, it's a specific process of customs invoice integration. So that time we use this functionality. Okay, this flag. Right. Okay. Now this is a filter. This criteria. Okay, this we also called it as a feeder system GTS plugin filter criteria. Okay, GTS plugin filter criteria. We refer this whatever we have discussed so far. Okay. All right. So these are the prerequisite for your data to be transferred, the transaction data to be transferred, from the feeder system. So these prerequisite we have discussed in the feeder system. Similarly, we do also have the prerequisite configurations that we have to do in the GTS area also. Okay, what are those? So that part is called the document replication. Okay, document replication. Now we are coming to the transaction. From the master data, we are coming to the transactions. Okay, we will be creating the sales order, purchase order, inbound delivery, outbound delivery. So that time we have to replicate that data to the GTS area. So that is called the document replication. Okay. Now, a similar mapping is also required at the item category level. In SAP GTS, you only need a smaller section of item categories than those available in the feeder system. Okay. Now, it means the document application will be happening at the item category level also. Okay. So let's go point by point. If the SAP GTS system doesn't find the counterpart for a feeder system document type, okay, you see here feeder system document type. Okay, so the same concept. Whenever I use the word feeder system, so in your mind you may think about multiple feeder system. Let's talk about more, different scenario. Okay, so the first statement is we stated that if the SAP GTS system doesn't find the counterpart for a feeder system document type. Okay, so it means if I have three feeder system, CRM, or the corresponding, let's say even if I have three ECC, okay, three ECC, okay, one for Europe, one for Asia, and one for Middle East region. In that case, I have only one document type. Okay, let's say I have only one document type, OR, standard order, or the TA. Okay, then in that case, the GTS system will need, GTS system will need the document type associated with their corresponding logical system. So this is what it is showing in the first statement. The GTS system, if the GTS system doesn't find a counterpart for a feeder system document type, feeder system document that has been flagged as relevant to SAP GTS, their application fails. Okay. The flag we have already seen in the GTS, in the feeder system plugin, we have already seen the flag for compliance, flag for custom, flag for the risk area. Okay. We'll not go and discuss that flag. We'll discuss only the counterpart for the feeder system document type. Okay. So it means if I have one document type OR, okay, I'll go back to the Excel sheet again. Logical system group. Okay. Now logical system group, one of the advantage we have seen, right? Logical system group, one of the advantages, saving the master data. But still we create the logical system group, even if we have the one feeder system. Okay, because of flexibility point of view. Okay. And if we are using multiple logical system and we are transferring one sales order with a document type OR, this also use OR, this logical system also use OR, this also use OR. Okay. Now the document will be three different documents. That is fine. Okay. Because at the document level, we do not have this logical system group. Okay. As I told you, this functionality of logical system group is only for the master data, not for the transactional data. Okay. So I have sales order transaction for LS1, sales order transaction for LS2, sales order transaction for LS3, and the sales order are using same document type OR. Now creating this logical system group will ease us to configure in the SAP GTS system. What we'll do in the SAP GTS system, we will create a OR mapping against this logical system group. Okay. Against this logical system group, we create one OR entry. Okay. Map to SAP GTS document type. So for OR, we have EXPORD. Now, what is this EXPORD? This is a document type in the GTS. Okay. All right. This is a document type in the feeder system OR, and this is a document type in the GTS system. Okay. Now, how the GTS system will understand that OR, this OR is coming from logical system 1, logical system 2, logical system 3. Okay, based on this logical system group. If we do not use this logical system group, then what we have to do, we must be end up in creating LS1 OR mapping, LS2 same OR mapping, LS3 same OR mapping. Okay, we'll end up in creating for each feeder system, we'll be creating this configuration multiple times. So it saves us from the configuration point of view also. At the logical system group level, we create only one entry for OR and EXP order, ORD. So this mapping will be applicable for all the logical system assigned to this particular logical system group. So in our example, all the three logical system will use this single entry because this entry we have mapped against a logical system group level. Okay. All right. This is what has been written here in the point number 1. Okay, the feeder system document type. Okay. Now coming to the point number 2, if SAP GTS doesn't have an item category for the feeder system document type item category, it creates a replica of the feeder system without the corresponding document item data. So it is saying we again have to create the item category mapping also. Like I told you, here we have the document type mapping. Similarly, we also will be having a corresponding item category mapping. Like item category we use here is PAN. It will be mapped to EXORD1. Now this EXORD1 is the item category at the GTS level. Okay, so this item category will be also mapped same way at the logical system group level. But in this statement, it is telling one more thing, that if there is no mapping created for the feeder system, suppose you have mapping for the document type, but you do not have the mapping of the item category available. So your data will not fail. Okay, your data will still transfer to the GTS system. Okay, your sales order will still transfer to the GTS system. All right, but the corresponding item will not transfer. Okay, the corresponding item will not be transferring. This is what being captured in the point number 2. If the SAP GTS doesn't have an item category for the feeder system document item category, if there's no mapping exited, it means it create a replica of the feeder system document. It will create the replica, but without the corresponding document item data. Okay. Obviously, we need a mapping. Until unless we do not have the mapping, the document will not be transferred. Okay. If document type is not there, then the corresponding document number will create. If provided the number range is there, the number will be created, but the system will show one number, and system will show me the error. The document type is not there. Okay, mapping is not there, or the item category mapping is not there, or the partner function mapping is not there. Okay, or the legal unit mapping is not there. But the number, the replica means one number will be created in the GTS system. All right, one number will be created. Got it? So this mapping is required. The document type, item category, partner functions, okay, FTO and the company code, legal unit and the plant mapping. So this entire thing will be covering, okay, one by one. We'll be discussing all this mapping and what are the impact if you are not maintaining anything. Like in the second point, it is telling you the impact. If you maintain the document type, but you have not maintained the item category, okay? The corresponding item category, the items will not be transferred. The document will be created successfully, but the item will not be transferred in the GTS system. Okay. All right. So in your case also, if you're finding such a scenario happening, so it is quick to capture. Let's go through the standard configuration, okay, and the mapping while we're talking about the data transfer. If a user delete the previous transferred document in the feeder system, its counterpart in the SAP GTS system automatically deleted as well. Okay. This deletion may also take place as a also take place at the item level. Similarly, rejecting an item in the sales document in the feeder system remove its replica in SAP GTS. Okay. All right. So in the point number 3, it has told you multiple things that if user, suppose we already transferred one document, you already transferred one sales order, okay, or you already transferred the deliveries, okay, and now you're deleted the deliveries in the feeder system. And in the GTS system, that corresponding custom document will be deleted. Okay, that will be also deleted. Okay, and now at the item level, if you are deleting, suppose you have 10 items, you created the purchase order, you transfer to the GTS system. In the GTS system, it created one custom document with the 10 items. But out of those 10 items, 2 items you deleted in the feeder system, in the purchase order, ME22 and transaction. You set the deletion. Then the corresponding item in the GTS also will be deleted in those custom documents. Okay. Now, rejection. How the rejection will work. If you already have sales order, okay, with 2 items, and both the items you have set the rejection. Both the items you have set the rejection in the feeder system. Then what will happen? The entire replica, entire document, the corresponding custom document in the SAP GTS system will be deleted. Okay. All right. If you are just keeping one rejection for one item, only one item will be removed. If you are keeping a rejection for all the items in the SAP in the SD, okay, in the ECC in the SD area for your sales order, if you're setting up the rejection for all the items, then what will happen in the GTS? It is going to delete the entire document. Okay, the entire document. All right. Okay, let me know if any doubts are there understanding this. Anything you want me to repeat?
How does work in case of archiving strategy in SAP?
So when you talk about the archiving, okay, so archiving is basically done as a data cleansing activity. Okay, and as a part of the basis, will be taking care of all the corresponding data, let's say from last 2 years or 3 years and all. Right. So how it will happen? Basically, from the feeder system, whatever the data which has been proposed to be, let's say the transaction for 2022, we are going to archive. Okay, so the corresponding archiving of the SAP GTS custom document has to be done first. Okay, archiving will follow because GTS system is completely dependent on the feeder system. Okay, and archiving is anyhow doesn't create a deletion. It is just we are creating a kind of a flag basically in the memory for those documents. Okay, but there is a sequence. In the SAP GTS system, we have to perform the archiving. Okay, first, even for the business partner, we have to perform the archiving first in the GTS system because of the dependency. Okay, and even if archiving, I haven't performed archiving in the ECC system or the GTS system, but I have heard that the archiving what you do for the transaction which is already moved to other systems like EWM or TM or GTS, that it is not state simple in the feeder system. Okay, the archiving object itself in the feeder system will not allow you to do the archiving until it has a dependent document available in the corresponding integrated system like GTS or EWM. So we have to archive from other way. Okay, dependent system or integrated system, we have to do the archiving first. Okay.
Yeah. So as this is a independent system, that's why the question was like you mentioned that the sales order, if you change, it will reflect. So that is obviously via the queue mechanism, it will delay. So similarly, if you archive, then it will deleting from, let's say, VBAK, VBP table. Then will that automatically delete the entry, or the right way is obviously we have to archive the first the GTS system and then we have to archive in the federal system, let's say ACC. But if you, let's say, directly archive directly in ACC, then will that impact to GTS? Because in lemon tub scenario, we might have the custom documents we have to keep for longer time than the actual document in ACC.
Right. So basically in the GTS, whenever we are talk about the archiving of master data or archiving of the documents, okay. So it is also not that way, because we in the GTS we have to keep the audit trail. Okay, any transaction, any order or delivery, purchase order, inbound delivery, they go under some screening, and that screening will be updated in database as an audit trail. Okay. And as per the company rules and regulation, some of the company, like for one of my clients, they used to preserve this audit trail for 5 years. It means we cannot do the, for last 5-year transaction, we can't do the archiving, because we have to preserve this audit trail. If you do the archiving of the documents, then that audit trail will also end up in the inconsistencies. Okay. So those things we have to consider while performing the archiving. Yeah, technicality, yeah, dependent system will be archived first. Okay, then the corresponding feeder system we have to set up for the archiving. All right, because the document will be different, and anyhow the GTS system, whatever, is taking the reference from the feeder system. Okay, whereas opposite is not true. Okay, the feeder system doesn't have any sort of reference. It is originally being created there. Okay. So yeah, so these.
So that was only my query, that if you directly archive, then will that impact GTS? Because otherwise GTS will directly delete those systems.
No, it will not allow. System will not allow. System will not allow, because of the reason, system will show a kind of a error message, because of the already connected entries are available in the dependent system. Okay, so we cannot go and directly process something in the, because as you can see from the point number 2, any sort of activity, deletion or reason of rejection you're putting in the items, it is impacting in the GTS system, right? So whenever we are going to perform the archiving from the standard tables, it will not be straight simple. Okay, because these data is also connected with the other tables present in the another system. Okay, so obviously there will be a flag available in the system, so it will not allow to proceed with the archiving in the feeder system without performing the archiving of the GTS system. Okay. All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Now, one more slide for the document application. So what all will be covering as a part of the document application? As I told you, there are some prerequisite. Okay, one of the prerequisite at the feeder system we have seen already. Those are more of like a activation of the document type in which sub module we wanted to transfer. Okay, compliance area, custom area, or the risk area. Okay, and other than that, those activation is global. Okay, it is not the company code or the plant level. Okay, those document type activation that you have seen, right, in the GTS plugin, that is globally activated for all the company code and the plant level. But in case if there's a requirement, okay, you will find this is a common requirement that a particular document type they want to activate for a particular company or the plant combination. Okay, company code or the plant combination. In that case, we again have to come to the body. Okay, and we have to update the methods. Okay, I'll share that. Okay, and which is very common requirement for the projects, because these filter criteria what we have seen in the GTS plugin in the feeder system, those are the global level which is available. Okay, right. All right. So yeah, adding the more filtering criteria, we have to do the enhancement. Now coming to the GTS system. GTS system, we are discussing again that how we are going to map the, that we have to map the order type. Okay, we have to map the item category. What else? Now, partner function. We also need the partner function to be mapped. Okay. Okay. So like your order type in the GTS also you have order type EXP-ORD. In GTS you have the item category EXP-ORD1. Now this example is specifically for the standard order, sales order. Sales order document type OR map to EXP-ORD GTS. Sales order item category TN map to EX-ORD1 item category in GTS. So you can see before mapping, we also have to define the document type, okay, in the GTS system. So we have to define this EXP-ORD. We have to define this EX-ORD1. Okay. First, we have to define it, then we have to map it. Okay. We define in the GTS system document type and the item category, then we map with the feeder system document type and the item category. Same rule is for the partner function also. So you can see here two boxes, SAP ERP and the SAP GTS. So it means SAP GTS also we have to define one sold to party. We have to define one vendor or the end customer, ship to party, bill to, payer, etc. Okay. These partner function we have to define in the SAP GTS system and then map with the corresponding feeder system partner function. Okay. All right. So this is for document application. This practice we have to do for document type, item category, partner function, organization structure like FTO and the legal unit has to be there. Okay. All right. So we have to define, then assign. Okay. Define in GTS, then assign with the feeder system. And while mapping with the feeder system, you know the rule. The rule is we'll be using the logical system group. Will not be using the logical system. Okay. All right. Because it makes our work simple. That particular configuration hold valid for all the logical system. Okay. All the logical system which has been assigned to that particular group. Okay. All right. Let's come down. Now, how to set up master data in SAP GTS? Define master data fields, the data structure that you want to use for each master data object. Create the master data record using the data structure defined. The previous step, maintain the master data record. Assign authorization. Okay, master data record. Finally, configure the master data setting GTS to ensure master data object are used correctly in the different business process. Okay, it is just simply how if you wanted to create a BP, okay, business partner in the GTS system. Okay, then how it will be done. Or you directly wanted to create a material master in the GTS system, then how it will be done. Okay, so you may find the projects where you will be using the APIs. Okay, you will be APIs just again a functional module. Okay, you will be using the APIs to create the business partner in the GTS system. Okay, it is not always we are creating the feeder system and it will be transferring from feeder system to SAP GTS system. That will be there, but it could be also possible that your GTS system is connected to certain kind of a portal. Okay, certain kind of a portals, and those portals is managing the business partner. So it means it is a kind of a non-SAP system. Okay, those portals are something non-SAP system, and those portals are also maintaining some business partner. So those business partner information directly will be coming to SAP GTS system as a functional module. Okay, so these area you'll be working while creating the master data in SAP GTS directly in SAP GTS. So that non-SAP system will become the feeder system, but it is not like how we have seen. We already have the standard thing available there, right? Transferring of master data and transfer. So in the background, it is calling one functional module only. So the same functional module, I shared those functional module name also to create the material master and the business partner. Okay. So those functional module are generally called for your non-SAP to transfer your material master or the business partner or your customer or vendor as a business partner in the GTS system. Okay. And even when the data is getting transferred from the feeder system, in the background, it is the same functional module which is getting called. Okay. Okay. But while you're working on the enhancement, the same functional module you guys have to use to implement that master data creation directly in GTS. Those data will be coming from the portal. Okay. And using that FM, that data will be creating a master data business partner or the material master in SAP GTS system. All right. Okay. So if we simply wanted to have a look at BP creation, although guys must be knowing how to create the BP. Let me just quickly walk through. All right. So we have to go here in the BP. Okay. And this particular, just like how we create the customer, person, organization on the group, create the organization. Okay. And I'm taking the external number assignment. Okay. And creating one product number, let's say A6 51. Right now, this BP I'm directly creating in the GTS system. Okay. Now you can see here, whenever we create a BP, we have one general role associated. Okay. What else? So let's save this first. Okay. Enter a postal code. Okay, save this. Now at this moment, if I just go, it is already in the display mode. You can see here, it is just a general data which has been created. Okay, general data for finance, general data for capturing the name and the address, etc. You can see here, general data. Okay, and if I come to the SAP GTS tab, you will see some already activated legal regulation, no legal regulation activated here for India. Okay. So this data is only the general data, but if I wanted to make it as a customer, okay, this BP, then the role I have to use is SLL CPC. Okay, SLL CPC is the role for generating business partner as a customer. SLL CPC. Click here and then save. So this role will be extended then. SLL CP. Already we have the number, BP number, in the same BP number. Now, if we have a look, how many role we have? So we have the general data and the one which is CPC. So from where this one more CPX is coming, this is also associated in as a role group. Okay, as a role group for this particular CPC only. Okay. Now same business partner I want to make a vendor. So the role will be SLL CPS. Okay, so some of the role you have to by heart. SLL CPC is for customer, SLL CPS is for supplier, SLL DAP is for the data provider, SLL FTO for FTO creation. So SLL SIT for legal unit. So your FTO is equivalent to your company code. Okay, your FTO is equivalent to your company code, but in the GTS system, in ECC we create as a SPRO configuration. Okay, but in the GTS system we create SLL FTO as a business partner. As I told you, the rule is we have to define in the GTS system. So we will define one as FTO with the role SLL FTO, and then we assign it to the company code. Similarly, the plant there we create in the enterprise structure in the SPRO, but in the GTS we define and then we assign. So in the GTS, the plant is called as a legal unit, and that we create as a BP, as a business partner with a role SLL SIT. Okay, with this role SLL SIT. And after definition, we will map it. Okay, we will just assign it with the plant in the feeder system. That assignment will be happening in the SPRO configuration in GTS, but the definition will be the defining of FTO, defining of legal unit, which is my plant. This is we are defining here as a business partner. As a business partner, we have to define here. Okay, as a business partner, we have to define here. Okay, so that's why I said you have to remember this role. Customer vendor, we know these are anyhow the business partner, but here our FTO, which is my company code, my legal unit, which is my plant, also created as a BP. Okay, these things are also created as a BP, as a business partner. So remember their role. SLL CPC is for customer, SLL CPS is for supplier, SLL DAP is for data provider, SLL FTO is for FTO, SLL SIT is for plant. Okay, so these are quite enough. You can also remember this custom office. This is generally used for the custom management area, SLL COF. Okay, all right. These business partner we will be extending and creating the data. All right. Okay. Let's get back to the PPT. Now, data transfer. Now, SAP GTS system is designed to handle a data transfer from various sources. As I told you, external system, as I told you, any portal which is connected to your SAP GTS system. Portal means some non-SAP system. External system, such as custom authority. Okay, so this data transfer it's talking about the custom authority data. Okay, now my GTS system is connected with the custom authority system, right? Based on that, electronically we are submitting the declaration. Third-party logistics provider, we do also have the vendor which is connecting with the our GTS system. Okay, and as well as the internal system such as the SAP ERP or non-SAP system. So we may have many internal SAP or non-SAP system. So internal non-SAP system is, as I told you, it's a kind of a portal in our company. Okay, that portal we are also using to maintain the business partner or to maintain the FDA information of the product or like that. Okay. Then third-party logistics is a 3PL services for the warehouses we can connect. Okay, custom authority anyhow we are connecting. SAP GTS, the strong point of the SAP GTS system is the electronic communication with the custom authority. Okay, so that system connection is a pretty much standard plugin are available. Okay, and the external system for carry out the screening of the external data. Okay, external business partner. Okay, or the broker system. External system, broker system is also called as a external system. All right. So these are some of the landscape which has been discussed here, that how the GTS system will be coming when we are talking about the data transfer. Okay. So different scenario, different landscape that you will be seeing for different clients. All right. Okay. Fine. So let's stop here and let me know, guys, if you have any doubt or anything you want me to repeat. We may discuss tomorrow also. That's not a problem. Okay. So today we have discussed more of the data replication. We transferred one master data. We know we have seen the change pointers. Okay. And we also have seen the prerequisite configuration for your document replication, the transactions. We have discussed the concept of logical system group, which is useful for the master data, as well as same logical system group we'll be using while creating the mapping of the feeder system, document type, item category, partner function with GTS system, document type, item category, and the partner function. Okay. All right. Okay. The troubleshooting you can do with the help of the Q, SMQ1, Q2, other T codes, SM58, okay, SLG1. These are some of the T code where we go while we have a look at the data transfer is working fine or not. Okay, kind of a log if you wanted to go through. Okay. So these are some of the transactions. Okay, message type we discussed for the change pointers. All right. Document application scenario, we have seen these are the important points, especially the third one, the deletion scenario. The second one is also important. Okay. Reason of rejection. So it's showing how very well integrated our feeder system document and the GTS documents are. Okay. Right. Document application prerequisite on the purchase order and setup of the master data. Okay, master data, we are talking about SAP GTS receiving the master data not only from the feeder system always. We have the standard function module. Okay, standard functional module, which is also also called as an API. So those standard APIs we have available to create the business partner and the material master in SAP GTS system. Okay, while we receive the data from some non-SAP system. Okay, whether it's a portal or some external system, 3PL system, okay, or the broker system. All right. So this is what we have discussed so far. So let's continue discussing this data transfer and the data application. Okay, tomorrow we'll connect at 5 p.m. We'll discuss further. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Please fill in the feedback and you can feel free to drop off.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.